Perhaps you've already seen our guide, Mrs. Cohnnie, on several pages of our wiki. But who is Mrs. Cohnnie, PhD? Mrs. Cohnnie is our friend, advisor, companion, and the face of the UNAM Genomics Mexico iGEM team of 2012. Cohnnie is a PhD in molecular biology, who has always been interested in genetic engineering and more recently in synthetic biology. She works with her husband, Mr. Cohnnie, also a PhD in molecular biology, who always had an interest in bioinformatics and computational biology. They have been working together since the day they met each other. They are certainly the best team around to work with. One of the major concerns we wanted to address within our Human Practices project is the popular representations of science, scientists, and how this image has played a part in the public perceptions of genomics, genetic engineering, and more recently synthetic biology. In general, the mad scientist view has proven to be deeply rooted in the popular imaginary. Dr. Victor Frankenstein and his monstrous creation have served as an archetype for the scientist detached from his social sphere and the consequences that this ostracism brings. Mrs. Cohnnie is the new face of science, a face that is also concerned with ethical and social issues. When deciding the way we wanted to be perceived, we realized that there is another common thing within these popular representations of scientists. They are all male scientists. It is also quite common to perceive the world of science as a manly thing. But we know this isn't true. There are a lot of women in science that have served as inspiration to many of us, starting with our dearly beloved Rosalind Franklin, whose work has proven pivotal towards the discovery of the structure of DNA, and yet history hasn't been completely fair to her. We found an interesting outreach project developed at Fermilabs called Who's the Scientist?, in which 7th graders describe scientists before and after a visit to Fermilab. How can children's perceptions change with a little interaction with scientists? Let's take Amy's pictures as an example. Before having any interaction with scientists on Fermilabs, Amy wrote, "I think of a scientist as very dedicated to his work. He is kind of crazy, talking always quickly. He constantly is getting new ideas. He is always asking questions and can be annoying. He listens to others' ideas and questions them." What happened after the interaction is even more surprising. Amy wrote, "I know scientists are just normal people with a not-so-normal job. Scientists lead a normal life outside of being a scientist. They are interested in dancing, pottery, jogging, and even racquetball. Being a scientist is just another job which can be much more exciting." We agree, it is super exciting. There were also some interesting gender statistics about the drawings of these children. Among girls, 36% portrayed a female scientist in the before drawing, and 57% portrayed a female scientist in the after drawing. Among boys, 100% portrayed a male scientist in the before drawing, and 100% portrayed a male scientist in the after drawing. Given these insights, we thought that our face and public image should be a girl, Mrs. Cohnnie. She might help us change, one step at a time, the perception of science as a manly thing. We understand that human practices is not only about communicating scientific concepts. We want to change the conceptions of science, scientists, and engage the community with our work. iGEM and human practices is also about sending a positive message. Would you like to join us?